What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the Black Market update for Payday 2. This is Vlad's weapon deal. It's the very first 100% free update we have unlocked during this year's Crime Fest 2015. So this is also going to be my very first proper video on this year's set of updates. And what we are looking at here is probably one of the biggest additions we're going to get to Payday over this week. Now, you can of course watch the trailer. The video's already on my channel, but if you want to watch it over on Overkill's channel, that particular link will be in the description below. Let's run through the page. So, rise like a Sputnik. Vlad's brand new weapon deal lets you bring out the very best in your favorite guns with a huge update to the black market. The weapons deal opens up a brand new way of allowing you to personalize your weapons with skins, mods, and more. So you can already see a Counter-Strike or even Team Fortress 2 now style update, which involves the addition of brand new skin customizations to all your weapons. Let me first of all say these look absolutely amazing. It's also worth noting that through mods, skin customization has been a thing. In fact, through Good Mod in particular, you're able to use in-game materials to edit your weapons. So this isn't a totally new concept to Payday. It's definitely something I saw coming eventually, but you guys are going to be interested to see the way they have chosen to do it. So guys, immediately you will see the safe cracking screens. This is where you will unlock your loot and get your skin. It's very much the same sort of Wheel of Fortune style we've seen in Counter-Strike, and you know, Team Fortress 2's update wasn't so different. So Vlad's operation is smuggling brand new precision engineered safes from Washington State to Washington DC, but these safes are tough to open. Only the best heisters with the right tool can crack them. Each safe drops a slick weapon skin, and each skin may have special mods and a stat boost associated with it. Sometimes, very rarely, a safe may even contain a precious legendary skin. So here's where some alarm bells may start ringing. Now, in case you haven't worked it out in one way or another, this is going to be microtransaction based, and that is such a taboo word in so many games. But especially in Payday 2, I'll explain why. Around about the release, or just following the release of Payday 2, there was an interview with David Goldfarb, and when asked, would microtransactions be in the game? Because to be honest, Payday 2 definitely has the system that could potentially suit them. He replied something along the lines of, no, God, no, I hope it does not. Never, right? You know, not in his wildest dreams. Now, of course, Goldfarb is no longer on the team, so his development feelings will not be felt currently within Overkill as it stands. So, you know, that's old news. That was an old voice of the company. But to some extent, it was also a very wise voice of the company, and so we have to be careful when taking a look at this update. Also, that the part that I said may be ringing alarm bells, not only will the skins be nice cosmetic changes to make them a little more weighty, they will also contain special mods and stat boosts, which has always been something that games like this have to be careful of. You know, pay to win is not something Payday I would ever say has been, despite the power creep that may have come from DLCs. However, now, straight up, I guess it is, assuming the only way to unlock these safes and to open these safes is through your cash. Now, they have said trading is a thing, but it had better be trading for things within Payday as opposed to trading your Team Fortress 2 items for your Payday stuff, because at the end of the day, that's still money. But let's get on to the Sputnik safe. I have quite a few strong opinions, and I'm not going to voice them all in this video. This is not the place nor the time. I just want to run through the update and make sure you guys are aware of all the details. But if you guys are interested, a video will come out on my whole microtransaction opinions. So the Sputnik safe is the first of the two safes we have, or we're going to be unlocking. Vlad introduces the Sputnik safe, a lineup of skins designed to celebrate his pioneering rise. Collect the Sputnik safe, slap on some brand new skins, and mow down your enemy like Angry Bear. So much of this is what Payday is all about. Looking cool while robbing banks, and I love that. The mask customization is what made my channel a thing, and so weapon customization is in some respects, a dream come true. Let's take a look at this awesome owl famous skin, the Breaching Owl. It looks amazing. Let's be honest, if you could get this for free, you would hardly argue, would you? Further down, we have the Crime Fest 2 safe. From the murky depths of the dungeon, over the bones of cloakers, and through the fires of challenge comes the Crime Fest 2 safe. The skins in this safe let you apply a great retro style for a fest of crime. So these are some more interesting skins, some of them homages to different games. We take a look down here at the FAMAS, and this coin feel is very akin to Mario games, things like that. That's what it brings about. And as you can see, there are two separate FAMAS skins, one being in the Crime Fest 2 safe and one being in the Sputnik safe. Let's move on down to take a look at the safe card. Flipping cards after a successful job has never been a more lucrative payday for heisters. When the time is right and you've proven yourself worthy, Vlad will slip a safe card into your payday deck. So I guess this means you have to complete a certain number of heists before you can unlock a safe to unlock. That seems to make some sense, but it also seems you might be able to trade for them because Payday is now a game within the Steam community market. So that's cool. I like that. I've always wanted trading to be functional within Payday. And that's what we're getting. So that is good stuff. However, here is where the alarm bells are going to be ringing, guys. Yet again, the drill is key. We have keys. You know the drill. Each safe can only be opened with a specially designed drill, which can be acquired from the Steam market. Buy a drill and then use it or trade it. The choice is yours. Gang, the black market is open. So you can trade for these drills, you can buy them. I hope you're able to trade your in-game Payday items like I mentioned before. If you have to trade from other games or you have to pay through Steam Market, it's not good. It is genuine microtransactions within the game that is furthering the power creep. It's purchasing skins that will make your weapons better. Now, at its heart, I adore this update. There's so much cool stuff. There's a little more that we're going to get into slightly later on in the video, which is pure improvements to the game. And those are the parts that I'm going to highlight. That is what Overkill has been doing really well. But I think there's going to be a backlash on this one. I like it. I genuinely do. I love the idea of being able to rock these awesome weapon skins. But I don't like some elements of it. And do microtransactions belong within Payday 2? Some might say yes. I personally think there could be room for it, but is this the best way to introduce it? Probably not, and especially not after what Goldfarb said those years ago. It just doesn't seem to be the direction that he envisaged for the game, and I suspect many of you are going to be against it. So here you can see the stat boost, and this is another big problem with this update. Though the update at its core is phenomenal, there are glaring faults that I am pretty sure Overkill will address. Obviously, it depends how the whole community receives it. And obviously, the same tried and true argument is there that, the game was totally playable before. If you're not interested in spending more money on the game, don't bother, your experience will not be worsened. So that's always there. But it's always something there tempting you, and should it be? I don't know. So aside from looking awesome, a skin offers more than cosmetics. Skins can improve the stats of the weapon, perhaps making it more stable or affecting concealment. So not crazy massive improvements, I don't expect. It probably isn't going to make you a better player, but they are still small boosts that people who don't pay money won't be able to get. Some skins come with associated mods capable of further improving the stats. Finally, a rare stat boost modifier might come with the skin, giving you that extra edge. So as you can see, the M308, this particular one, is before the black market update. This is how you can see it. With this sort of golden skin, you get a stat boost of 4 to stability, and you could also get a unlock with mods. The best thing is when you unlock it with mods, they're also customized and look pretty damn cool as well. So this gives it plus to damage, it's got a scope, but it also takes away some of that concealment. And here we finally have the legendary weapons. Crime.net's finest craftsmen have banded together to deliver a limited supply of truly awe-inspiring weapon skins. These turn the weapon into something legendary. In the rarest cases, these legends are so expertly crafted, in your hands they will soar above the norm, bringing a stat boost for your weapon and notoriety to you. Earning a legendary skin will attract admiration from friends, attention from foes, and envy from all. Get it equipped, get it onto the biggest heist, and prove to everyone that this was no accident. So, legendary weapons, that's cool, but it's still got the same sort of faults that any sort of pay-to-win microtransaction system may have. But this part at the end, this is really cool. Show us your moves. In the near future, we want the community to participate in creating weapon skins through the Payday 2 workshop. Hallelujah! We are currently working on implementing the functionality that allows you to do just that. When we have more information on the workshop functionality, when the workshop functionality will be released, we'll share it. So that is amazing news. For me, the biggest thing in this entire update. The weapon skins are secondary. Focus on the positives, there are a lot of them. Look at the rest of the update carefully, and I'm sure many people will enjoy this. And they might want to chuck a couple of quid at the game that they love to play. They might get lucky and they might get a lot out of this update, but I can also see many of you thinking, why? Why is this in Payday 2? So one final thing before I end this video up is I'd like to swap on over to see a couple of the other things changed within this update, the weapons rebalance. So that's the community feedback regarding weapons and weapon gameplay balance. We made an overhaul of the entire weapon system. We realised that it had its flaws and it was relatively abstract, certainly was. Based on your feedback, we decided to have a more hands-on and understandable system. Great stuff. We think it makes more sense and we hope you'll think that too. With the feedback we got from the community, we started to get an idea of what needed to be done, essentially breaking it down into two things. The first thing was to have more weapons viable and let it be a question of aesthetics and playstyles regarding which weapons a player would like to use instead of having top tier weapons, which is certainly true. I like the idea of improved balance. We're going to have to wait and see. My update is still actually doing it right now. I don't know why it's taking so damn long to update. I'm sure many of you are updating at the exact same time, and that's probably why. I can't wait to get into the game and actually take a proper look at what has been changed. But this is good, weapon balance, and making more weapons functional, and making the DLC weapons less prominent. Really good sounding. It was important to have enough difference between the weapons so they actually feel like different weapons, of course, but similar enough so they are balanced with each other. The biggest goal was to have most weapons viable. The second thing is to have weapons be more comparable to each other. This will help players compare weapons more easily and hopefully have less abstract values. Earlier, two weapons with the same accuracy and or stability stat values could have different accuracy and stability while playing, which is interesting. Below is a quick summary of what we did. So, total ammo, this has been reworked to be balanced with other stats. So, weapons with high damage and accuracy generally have lower ammo pool and vice versa. This has always been a thing, I just imagine it's been made slightly more prominent. Damage has been reworked to show decimals, really awesome. This, as they have noted themselves, will make it easier for players to see if their weapons hit important breakpoints or not, depending on the difficulty and the enemies they're shooting. Really helpful for those of you, like myself, who make weapon reviews. Accuracy has been reworked and rebalanced to show a value between 0 and 100, where 0 is least accurate and 100 is most accurate. Snipers are one of the most accurate at around 100, and shotguns being the least at around 10 depending on mods. Much more clear than the previous system. Stability has been reworked in exactly the same way, except smaller weapons are generally more stable and larger less. Makes perfect sense. Rate of fire, concealment and threat have all been left unchanged, and the speed penalty has been removed from LMGs correctly, if you ask me. May take away a little bit of your realism, but the LMGs needed something to buff them slightly, and we'll see whether some of the other stat changes have affected the LMGs. The customization screen has been improved tenfold. It looks beautiful now, and that's another massive plus of this update that everyone should really pay attention to, because not only is this update entirely free, not only did you guys earn it, but also Overkill has clearly put a lot of effort into making it as polished as possible. We'll see how the microtransactions and the safe opening works over time. I have to admit, assuming it's still up there when I get in the game, I'm going to open some safes because I love Payday 2, and I am willing to shell out a little bit of cash if I can, of course, get the saves. We'll have to see how the system works. There'll be more videos later on when I finally get this update fully downloaded, and I will keep you guys posted at every little turn within this 10-day period over Crime Fest. I can't wait for the rest of Crime Fest. I'm actually really quite pleased with day one. Of course, the microtransactions have soured the feeling, I imagine, but there is a lot of good to take away from this. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Stay tuned later on. More videos coming out, more than you guys have probably ever seen from this channel. I'll see you all in the next one.